Hello everyone, this is Shelly, and in today's video I'm going to share the swatches and my experience with all the 8 Rom&nd lip tints. Like the 4 shades are from their original Juicy Lasting tint and the remaining 4 are from their Bare Juicy series. So I'll first share the swatches of these lip tints and then followed up with my experience, and that will include whether it's transfer proof or not, whether they last for a long time or not, and all the general things around any other lip tint, and finally my favorites out of these 8 shades. And yes, one thing I want to share, that depending on what kind of devices you are using, the shades can look little lighter or little darker, and this is why I will also try to explain the shades as I'm applying on my lips, so that it's easier for you to understand and make a conclusion around that particular shade. So all the Rom&nd lip tints that I'm featuring in today's video have this slightly angled doe foot applicator, which ensures smooth and even application of the tint on your lips. And all these 8 lip tints have that glossy moist finish. Like, these are not sticky, but they do have that comfortable moist finish and are quite pigmented for that semi-opaque consistency. So if you don't like matte lipstick, these are something you should definitely check out. I'll first start the swatches of the Juicy Lasting tint in Bare Juicy series. So this particular series for now has only 4 colors, and the shade Bare Grape and Peeling Angdoo leans towards the neutral cool undertone. So if you have cool undertone, these will work fabulously on your skin. But if you have like neutral warm undertone, then check out the Nucademia and Pomelo Skin. So the first shade that I'm swatching is the Pomelo Skin. This is the lighter shade in this entire Bare Juicy series, and it is more like a light brown nudie shade with the slightest, like a smallest hint of peachiness to it. So because of that peachiness in it, this nude color doesn't make you look dead or tired, even though it's a very light shade. Like, I'm gonna be very honest, when I bought it, I was little skeptical if this light shade is gonna work on me or not, but let me tell you, this has become one of my favorite shades from all of these lip tint. And in case if you feel this Pomelo Skin is way too light for your personal preference, you can definitely check out the Nucademia. Nucademia is more like a darker brown nude shade with a hint of redness to it. So post application, this color will mostly look like brownish red. Like, the color can vary from person to person because these lip tint do blend with your natural lip color, but in general the Nucademia looks more like a brownish red. Again, a beautiful color, will work for all skin color and undertone. The third shade is the Bare Grape. Now this is like a cool tone light pink color. So if you love pink lipsticks are your favorite, you should definitely check this out because you will not be disappointed. It's a very beautiful daily to use light pink color, and again my favorite. Now moving on to the 4th shade from this range, it is the Peeling Angdoo. I hope this is how you say it. I'm sorry if I have butchered the name, but anyways, this is the darkest shade from all of these 4 Bare Juicy shades, and it looks more like a pinkish red. Like, it's a cool tone red, it's a blue tone red. So if you prefer these kind of red, you should definitely check out. And out of all these 4, the Peeling Angdoo leaves the most prominent tint residue on a lip. So next I will be swatching original Juicy Lasting tint, and from what I know, this particular range has some 16 color, like so many colors, but I decided to go with these 4 because I feel usually these kind of color work with my skin. And the first shade that I'm swatching is the Fig, one of the best seller from this range. It is more like a pinkish red, like it's mostly pink but with a hint of red in it. So this is why if you love pink shades, definitely check this one out. It's a very beautiful vibrant pinkish red shade, and it should work with all skin color. And the second shade which I'm swatching from this range is the Mulled Peach, again a bestseller. So this Mulled Peach has slightly brown, like a nudie brown peach color. Like, it has this hint of brown in it, but it is mostly peachy. So if you don't like nude color that are brown or pink, this is something you can definitely check out, because it's mostly like a neutral, slightly warm color, and again should work with all skin color and all skin undertone. So beautiful color. It is buildable, like even though it is quite light, it still shows up on my lip. Like you can layer it I guess 3-4 times to get full color. Next, the third shade from this range is the Almond Rose. Again a bestseller from this range. I guess I ended up buying all the bestseller. So anyways, the Almond Rose has this reddish brown color. Like it is mostly red, but with a hint of brown in it. So if you love these kind of shade which have this mix of red and brown in it, maybe little bit of pink as well, so you can definitely check this one out. I guess the Almond Rose can be the most safest choice out of these 4. It should work for all skin color. And the last shade which I am swatching is the Dark Coconut. It is not only the darkest shade out of all these 4, but I guess it is the darkest shade out of all 16 shades that they have in original Juicy Lasting Tint series. So this one is like a really dark brown color, but I don't like dark brown color because they make me look dull, tired, or way too mature for my age. But this particular brown has become my favorite because it glows up my face. Like on camera it is looking little lighter, but off camera it is 1 shade darker, and this is not only like a pure brown color, but it does have that subtle hint of red in it. So I guess this is why it is going to work for all skin color. So if you have watched the swatch part of this video, you must have realized one thing, that these shades can look very similar sometime, and other times they can look very different. It is because of the consistency and texture of these lip tint. Like these lip tint have semi-opaque kind of consistency, like not translucent but semi-opaque, and they are highly pigmented for that, you know, texture. And this is why whenever you apply any of these color on your lip tint, these lip tint blends with the natural color of your lips and give out a very unique color that's, you know, made for you. That's why these lip tints are so famous and very different from other Korean lip tint. And secondly, I guess, at least in my knowledge, Rom&nd is the only brand with so many shades. Like they have every kind of red, every kind of pink, every kind of brown, like literally a shade made for everyone out there. This is why the brand is loved globally. These lip tint transfer proof? No, they are not. They do transfer, especially in the initial stage of application, because, you know, in general all the lip tint that has, you know, this glossy moist finish, they do transfer because of that moistness on the lips. So initially they do, but as the day passes by, you know, once you are done eating so much of food, so much of, you know, drinking of water, talking, these lip tint eventually, you know, they do leave behind that beautiful tint or that color residue on your lips. And in general, the darker shades, like all the browns or the reds, they do leave behind pinkish sort of tint on your lip, whereas the lighter shades, they tend to leave behind more light pink, peachy sort of lip tint. So before I share my favorite shades out of these 8, I quickly want to share a few shades out of these which can look similar to one another, and I'm doing this so that it's easy to, you know, make a purchase and you don't end up buying, you know, similar shades all together and then regret later. You really don't want to make a bad purchase, okay? So the first 2 shades which look very different are Pomelo Skin and Mulled Peach. So both of these shades do lean towards the nudie side, but the difference is that Pomelo is lighter and Pomelo leans towards the nudie brown side, whereas the Mulled Peach look more peachy nude. Yeah, it has that peachiness to it. It has a peachy color to it more than the brown. And the next 2 shades which look very similar are Almond Rose and Nucademia. Like both of these 2 shades can look a little nudie reddish, but there is a difference. Like Almond Rose leans more towards the red color side. Like it does have that brownish undertone, but more than the brown, it has more red pigment to it. So it looks more like a reddish brown on your lips. And the Nucademia has more brown to it. Like it can look little more brownish than red. The next 3 shades are also quite similar. Like the Bare Grape is the pure cool tone light pink, and the Fig is more like a pinkish red. Like Fig looks very pink on your lips, but it does have that reddish color to it as well. And the Peeling Angdoo, I hope this is how you say it, that's the shade number 24. It's a red, like a cool toned red, and can look, you know, reddish pink. It does have that pinkish undertone to it. So I hope these similar swatches help you out in making a right choice. So yes, my favorite 4 out of these 8, and like literally these are the shades which I keep wearing. I keep reaching out for them, and I feel you will not find these shades in, like, you will not find these shades easily in other brands. So that's why I'm picking them. And the first one, like in no particular order, it is the Pomelo Skin. Like literally the only nude shade which I wear. Otherwise I hate nude shades. I hate brownish color shade. They make me look dead. I'm not a fan of them, but this is the only brown nudie, like light brown nudie shade which I keep wearing. Yes, the Pomelo Skin is my favorite. I do love the Nucademia as well, and I think these two lip tints are, I guess, almost over. I will have to, like, you know, maybe purchase another bottle of these. Like this is the first time I might be purchasing same shades again. Anyway, so the next 2 shades which I absolutely love are the Almond Rose, love this shade, and the Mulled Peach. Like the shades that I picked are not something which I usually wear. I'm more into, you know, reds, pinks, and I don't like nudie brown or peachy kind of shade. They make me look dead, but these 4 work amazingly well on with my skin tone, and I look amazing. And yes, so you should definitely check out these 4 shades.